Welcome back to Know Your Bible. I'm Reverend Birgit Gaudreau, and today we're going to study Genesis chapter 31, part 2. So some of you might know from last week that in Genesis chapter 31, the first part, that Jacob left with his wives and children. He left Laban, and Laban did not know till after 3 days that Jacob has left, and he was very angry. And besides that, Rachel took away her father's idols and hid them, and she didn't even tell Jacob what she had done. So here now, Laban finds out that Jacob has left, and he runs after him and catches up to him within 7 days. Verse 22 to 24. And Laban was told on the 3rd day that Jacob had fled. Then he took his brethren with him and pursued him for 7 days' journey. And he overtook him in the mountains of Gilead. But God had come to Laban the Syrian in a dream by night, and he said to him, Be careful that you speak to Jacob neither good nor bad. So God told Laban in a dream not to say anything bad and not to say anything good to Jacob. That means don't say anything. But as Laban was with his character, he did not listen, and he complained to Jacob. Verse 26 to 29. And Laban said to Jacob, What have you done, that you have stolen away unknown to me, and carried away my daughters like captives taken with the sword? Why did you flee away secretly, and steal away from me, and not tell me, for I might have sent you away with joy, and songs with tambourine and harp? And you did not allow me to kiss my sons and my daughters. Now you have done foolishly in so doing. It is in my power to do you harm. But the God of your father spoke to me last night, saying, Be careful that you speak to Jacob neither good nor bad. So now Laban is practically bragging and saying, if you would have told me that you are leaving, I would have made a big party, and then we would have celebrated, and I could have kissed my daughters and grandchildren goodbye. Also, Laban is accusing Jacob of stealing his idols. But Jacob said, I was just afraid that you would take away my wives. That's why I left without telling you. So Jacob is saying, go ahead, search for your idols and see if you can find them, but I never took any of your idols away. Verse 32 and 33. With whomever you find your gods, do not let him live. In the presence of our brethren, identify what I have of yours and take it with you. For Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen them. And Laban went into Jacob's tent, into Leah's tent, and into the 2 maids' tent, but he did not find them. Then he went out of Leah's tent and entered into Rachel's tent. Verse 34 and 35. Now Rachel had taken the household idols, put them in a camel's saddle, and sat on them. And Laban searched all about the tent, but did not find them. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my lord, that I can't rise before you, for the manner of woman is with me. And he searched, but did not find the household idols. So here we have read that Rachel had her monthly menstrual cycle, and back then, if a woman had her menstrual cycle, no one would come near her because she would be unclean. They would leave the woman totally alone. And so in this case, her father did not come close or did not try to move her away where she was sitting. So that was a perfect hiding place for these idols. And of course, he never found them. So now that Laban could not find the idols, and Jacob, now he was angry and upset, and saying that you have accused me of stealing, and I have not stolen anything of yours.
Verse 38 to 40. These 20 years I've been with you. Your ewes and your female goats have not miscarried their young, and I have not eaten the rams of your flock. That which was torn by beast I did not bring to you. I bore the loss of it. You required it from my hand, whether stolen by day or stolen by night. There I was in the day, drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep departed from my eyes.
And now Jacob goes on and explains to Laban that he has worked hard in the 20 years for him and all that he had done for Laban.
Verse 41 and 42. Thus I've been in your house 20 years. I served you 14 years for your 2 daughters, and 6 years for your flock, and you have changed my wages 10 times. Unless the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had been with me, surely now you would have sent me away empty-handed. God has seen my affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked you last night.
Now in verse 43, Laban is trying to turn this whole situation around and saying that his daughters are his, grandchildren are his, and the flocks and everything that Jacob has taken with him is his. But we know that Jacob had earned everything and worked 7 years for each of his wives, and worked many years also to earn the flock that he has. So now Laban realizes he's not getting through with his accusations against Jacob. So now he suggests to make an agreement or covenant just between the two of them. So next week we're going to see what kind of a covenant and agreements that Jacob and Laban made. And so I'd like you to join me again next week, and please subscribe so you don't miss any of the Bible studies, and blessings to you all.